Today we're taking a closer look at the Range DFM module and the Amped pedal controller kit designed for the 2022 and newer V8 Silverado 1500s. This performance-driven combo is built to optimize throttle response and eliminate the limitations of factory fuel management systems, giving you unparalleled power and precision. This Range DFM module is engineered to disable GM's dynamic fuel management system, ensuring your Silverado operates full time on the V8 power. This leads to more consistent performance, especially beneficial during towing or performance driving. By maintaining all cylinders being active at all times, drivers can experience improved throttle response and a more engaging driving experience. Complementing the DFM module with the Amped pedal controller is going to sharpen throttle response and acceleration. It offers customizable settings, allowing drivers to adjust throttle sensitivity to match their driving style. Whether you're seeking more aggressive acceleration or a smoother throttle response, this controller right here gives you the flexibility to tailor your driving experience. Both of these components are designed for a plug-and-play setup requiring no permanent modifications or tuning. Installation is just going to involve connecting to those factory connectors behind the accelerator pad and the OBD2 port, making the process straightforward and easily reversible. This kit is constructed with durability in mind, ensuring long-lasting performance. Its design integrates seamlessly with the vehicle's existing systems, maintaining a factory look while delivering enhanced functionality. Now, as far as pricing goes on this, is coming in right around the low to mid $500 price range. This investment offers a comprehensive solution for enhancing your Silverado's performance and drivability. Installation is very straightforward, and we're rating this just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have this installed in about 45 minutes of your time. Now let's check out exactly how that install process goes with an install video from one of our American Trucks customers.
The only one that would have been required would be your 10mm socket and ratchet, in this case the 3/8 ratchet. Highly recommend a flat tip screwdriver for the battery disconnection, a pair of side cutters for the zip ties, and a flashlight. Disconnecting the battery, which is the first step in the installation process. There's 2 clips on the front and rear of the battery. You have to push those in there and there to remove that cover, and then take your 10mm socket on the negative battery post. You don't have to remove it all the way. There's the 10mm nut right there. Then you also need in this case a flat tip screwdriver or something similar to come in and pry. There's a clip on the passenger side of the battery that you have to pry up. It clips this entire case down to the battery, and you pry that out and lift up, and that should come off pretty easily. I use the same tab right there against the negative post of the battery to kind of make sure this doesn't reconnect while we're doing this installation. We don't want to throw any error codes on the vehicle. We're going to the driver's side front of the vehicle, and we're going to pull this inner fender back. That's all you have to do on this vehicle because there's plenty of room. I did turn the wheel to the left before we disconnected the battery while the vehicle's running. You can turn the wheel to the left to give yourself a little bit more space. This vehicle has a 2-inch factory lift, so you do not need to remove the inner fender. If you do, there's 5 or 6 Torx screws here, and in this vehicle specifically, you do not have to. To remove this plug, you need to pull that red tab forward, push down there where my thumb is, and slide this toward the front of the vehicle, sort of the front left of the vehicle, and that should disengage this clip or this socket, and then you can see that that's free. The next step is to take the Range DFM module here. Make sure the logo is toward you or toward the front of the vehicle. What we're going to do is make sure this clip engages so that this doesn't come disconnected, just like the factory cable wouldn't. So we're going to plug that in now. Be very careful. You don't want to bend any pins or anything like that. There we go. Just kind of work that in slowly, and you should hear it click. All right, that should be secure. And if you actually do have to remove the inner fender, you can see that tab has been, it's sprung back this way. So that's what you want. You just want it on there all the way so that pops in automatically. And then we'll install this plug back, again being very careful with the pins, pressing it on snugly. And then this should actually help pull it in a little tighter like that. That clicks again and you lock it back on. That's it. That's all you have to do to install that on this truck. Connection check. That's pretty good. So the DFM module is installed. If that's all you wanted to do, you can stop here. The next step, I know it's difficult to see, we're gonna disconnect the plug at the top of the throttle pedal. And it's a connector that looks just like this one. And you have to pull this tab up and depress just beneath it, and then pull that out. And then what we're gonna do is plug this in. This is all part of this amped module. And then we're gonna plug the connector that we unplugged into this. So it's basically this connection twice. Is what it is. I know it's difficult to see, so I'm gonna attempt to do that right now. It's just off the screen here, right above what you're able to see is the connector. The red tab is facing the driver's side. Have to pry up on that. You may want a screwdriver. You can probably do it with your hand. So we'll do that connection, and I'll show you. At that point, we're gonna leave this loose because we're gonna need to see this light. We're not gonna zip tie it up underneath anything right now. We're just gonna wait and reconnect the battery in the next step. So, freehand video to show the amped throttle module, booster module to the connections to the pedal. There's really no good way to show that on a secured tripod. So there's the two connections. The lower one you see there is connected to the factory wiring plug there. And the other one is connected to the top of the pedal. That's all. We're gonna set this out of the way of the pedal and go reconnect the battery. This is to reconnect the battery now. Grab this and reverse the steps that we did earlier. This is the connection where you want to do pretty quickly. So here we go. So here the electronics kick on. Tighten that down so it doesn't go anywhere. Check it, make sure the clips are on good. Looks good. And reinstall the cover. Really simple. Just make sure you get everything lined up. Push it down. And you're done with battery reconnection. Now we're gonna go sit in the vehicle and tune the amp throttle controller. Connecting your mobile device. So the first step, we're gonna pay attention to the light on the amped module, but we actually want to turn on the vehicle, but do not start the vehicle. So that would be, don't push the brake pedal, but just hit the start button on this vehicle. So we're in accessory mode basically. And we want to download the app, which I've already done. It's called Amped. It does look like, currently, it looks like a throttle curve with four red lines on it. We're going to let that load. It's going to look for devices, which is what we want. Make sure Bluetooth is turned on your phone, which mine is. Okay, found the module, and we're going to select it. And you see that the light turned red, and it's now maybe even flashing. I don't know if you can see it or not. So we're going to let that do that. So now we found it. It's linked to it. And now that it's connected, our status light will turn red, which it did. And we also want to connect the wireless switch. This is what this was called. I call it a mode selector, which is basically what it functions as. We want to make sure we put all the batteries in it first, which I did. There's 3 batteries. You want to make sure the positive sides are up, which is the larger side of this battery like that. We'll put the battery cover back on. And it wants to be very, very close. It says within 6 inches of the module. And then we'll press either of the buttons. There's 2 buttons on it. We can push either one of them. We're going to do that. Red indicator light flashes 3 times, which it did flash. We probably couldn't see that from where the camera is. So that's actually the end of this step. We're going to let it learn the pedal. In this step, we're going to take our mobile device. There's 2 ways to do this. We're going to use the mobile device method, and we're going to actually click on the commands. There's a command called pedal relearn. We're going to select that, and it says here on the app, it says the pedal relearn process consists of pressing the pedal, the accelerator, all the way to the floor and releasing it fully. This cycle must be done 3 times within the 30-second window after selecting OK below. So I'm going to hit OK. And then get our foot on the pedal. Okay, press the accelerator all the way to the floor. We did it. You may not be able to see it, but there's a sort of a load circle there. Confirm the LED color on the module changed from red to orange, which ours did. If it's orange, press finish. If it's red, press retry. So we're gonna actually hit complete. It said finish, but it's a complete button. So that's now finished. And that's the end of this step. You want to mount the mode selector. And you can mount it anywhere. There's two really good spots on either side of the dash. I'll probably put mine here using the double-sided tape that's provided. I didn't show that earlier. That they do provide 5 zip ties and some double-sided tape for the back of this, but I'll probably put that there. This will give me an eco, a sport mode, in addition to the normal and off-road modes that my truck came with from the factory. The other thing you want to do is to use these zip ties to locate that module up out of the pedal range of motion. Obviously, you may want to put it where you can see the light if you needed to, let's say, relearn the pedal, but you can put it anywhere as long as the cables can reach it. So I will do that, and then we'll take a test drive and see how the drivability has changed with these 2 devices installed. I did want to share that this auto stop button will default to on just like it did before, and the dash will indicate that it's on or off just like it did before, but it is not functional. So that is something just to be aware of, that light will come on, but you don't have to remember to turn it off anymore. The other thing I wanted to share was the custom curve feature of the app. There are those 5 preset modes. You can't modify those or anything. They're all really linear. They go really straight line up to, whatever the preset is. So if you wanted to build more of a throttle curve, you could, and by selecting mod on one of those 5, it basically gives that as your baseline for your mod or your custom curve. So if you wanted to pick one that was 100% throttle at 100% actual throttle, you'd start with that one, and then you could modify these. You can drag and drop these, or you can use the pluses and minuses to modify them and save and do more of an actual curve, and probably find something that's a good balance between fuel economy and acceleration. And that's probably what I'm going to do with it. This is where I decided to mount the mode selector, and then I did mount the module basically to a piece of plastic or a mount right underneath the steering column. I did that so that I could access the light if I needed to.
All right, that's going to wrap up our review and install of the Range DFM module and the Amped pedal controller kit for the 2022 and newer Silverado 1500 V8s. And for all things Silverado, keep it right here at American Trucks.